All right. I was going to end this video, but then I decided to take a quick look on the Pluribus Reddit subreddit here. And after episode 2, I couldn't stop thinking about how Zosha, she just seemed to defer to Carol more than she did that other dude. Kumba, I think is his name. You might think that the Hivemind would have equal deference to each of the immune individuals. But it seems like they sent a specific person to Carol as a chaperone. Now, that could just be because the other 12 immune individuals already had a member of the Hivemind close to them, whether it be family or whether it be prostitutes like Kumba. And Carol didn't have anyone, so they sent one to her. But even so, Kumba had to ask Carol for permission to take Zosha with him on his trip. And that was just confusing to me because we don't know the mechanics fully. We don't understand Zosha fully. So that was one. And then Zosha looked back sort of longingly on that plane as she was leaving before Carol stopped the plane at the end of episode 2. And that also stuck with me. Why is Zosha having doubts, literally doubts about, like those videos you see where a dog is in between two owners and the owners walk away and you got to see which owner the dog goes to. Why is Zosha not equally, deferent of the two of them? Why does she seem to be weighted more toward Carol? Now, we know that Helen died, but she transferred all of her feelings and her thoughts and memories into the Hivemind right before she died. And I think that might have something to do with Zosha here, because the actress for Zosha even said herself that she believes that Zosha has a sort of residual from Helen, a residual longing and closer tie with Carol than the other immune individuals. So this person on Reddit said their theory is that the Hivemind is in love with Carol. Their evidence was that their chosen avatar for Carol was someone that she would be attracted to. I don't agree with this being a point in the favor of the theory. I think they would have done that for anyone, as long as they knew what the person was attracted to. The next one was thematically, it ties into Carol being a romance writer, I guess. I can kind of see that. Helen's death offers a really unique experience that they cannot necessarily absorb from anyone else. Dying in your final moments while your lover, who desperately tried to save you, looks in your eyes, begging for you not to die. This is a heightened level of passion and intimacy that nobody in the Hivemind could have experienced besides Helen. Carol demonstrated the most extreme and longing example of romantic love at the point of Helen's death. It's why the Hivemind seemed to have mixed feelings about hooking up with Kumba and seemingly looking longingly at Carol. A misanthrope having the whole of humanity being in love with her is funny. Yes, this is very interesting. The concept of love in a Hivemind, does it really exist? And if so, is it all equal? Do some people's love for other individuals make the Hivemind love that individual more than others, for example? I'm just really interested to see what they do with Zosha, because it seems like Helen is in her more than it is in other people somehow. But at the same time, I'm not fully trusting of the Hivemind here. I think the show wants us to believe that the Hivemind is purely honest and never lies, and that they truly just want what's best for Carol and the others. But the skeptic in me, with this being sci-fi and everything, makes me think that there is something up about it that is not what it seems like here. So I'll keep a close eye on Zosha and the other hive mind to see the differences between how they react to Carol versus the others. And of course, we also have the interesting mechanic where when Carol specifically gets upset, the entire hive mind starts tweaking and freaking out. So that's another thing we have to keep an eye on. So, in short, I kind of do agree with this individual that I think because of the uniqueness of what happened to Helen right before she died, I think the hive mind might have a higher level of love, I guess I would call it. I don't know if I would call it love, but a higher level of intimacy with Carol compared to the others. And it's going to be very interesting to see how that plays out. I have a very strong feeling that Carol's relationship to the hive mind is unique on a more fundamental level than simply her not being persuaded by the pleasures of having the entire world at your beck and call. I think there's something different about her specifically.